Welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. We are currently in the process of building some thermodynamic thingamabobs for a ship. Not an airship this time. Like in most Final Fantasies though, it's probably going to be a normal ship. And we got to hand it to Blackthorn. There is also a side quest that I want to do as well, but we'll do that in a minute.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Mate, I'm just going to stand right behind you and breathe in your ear the entire time. Make you extremely uncomfortable. 500 AP?
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Nice. Let's check there's nothing new. Tomes has got some stuff I could update. That's just chapters. That's just a lecture on what's going on around the thing. Where's my room? Yeah, I've got nothing on the reading table. So what we could do is that other side quest, which is up here. Lost Wing.
Good day to you.
It should be in here. Oh, it's this guy. Quintin.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
No problem.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
For great justice. Excuse me, Torgo.
Right.
Let me get a peek at my abilities. So if I master that, what does that do? Increases limit break gauge. We're using this one as well. That just gives me any icon, yes. And wind up. Extends precision. I don't really know. What else do we use? Don't use lunge. We master magic burst. What does that do? Extends the trigger window. Oop, wrong button. Assignment to any icon. Phoenix shift. That just makes us move farther. Yes. We'll master that then, so just go further, even though I haven't used it in ages. That's any icon, that doesn't matter. That's any icon. That's any icon. Don't use any of those. The only one thing I would use is Judgment Bolt. Burning blade we haven't used in a long time either. Might as well master that. Extra slot. It's pretty much.
See what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Yeah, it seems to waste the abilities apart from the extra limit break gauge, but
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding from the hands of some bit.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
nah, Governor, not me. Go to this person next. Since they're closest.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
Her voice doesn't match her, like, sort of build, you know what I mean?
Seems Lorbert's Pass is up. It's bad then.
Looks like a little kid.
Shall we go and
She's got the
investigate?
voice of an old lady. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm gonna call my chocobo. Valley Meadow. No, I didn't have to run that far. I thought it was further than that.
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black shields.
Black Shields. Here.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Nanny. Healing or shielding anyone. Piece of cake.
Why were they here? Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
We're back to Quentin then. Quentin.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some Black Shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black Shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds, though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth.
What out?
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever.
Bit of an overdue there.
My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
This story took a bit of a small twist, shall we say? Quaint little village into a mercenary army.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Report back to mid. They really need to load. Desiree's got some more stuff.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
So they really need to let me sprint in the hideaway. 2 meteorite. Not really worth it. You are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by the crystals cursed. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together. Bearer and brother, as you have shown us. A friend in Northreach.
Here you are.
Still got a while to go before we get that.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Excuse me, what's her name? Helena.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand.
I don't.
Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing.
You serious?
The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I got a bit ahead of myself, it seems, because we were going to Lostwing anyway for the next part of the mission. So I should have just waited. I could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Back to Lorbert's Pass. Can we, like... Where are we going? Oh, it's down there. And there's no thingy down there for me to fast travel to. Quest destination nearby, after I have to slap at this. And that one, apparently.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
What is it there? Panther? Wyvern?
Anybody home?
Oh, it's an arrow man.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
It's actually called unwanted visitor as well. Ah, it's got all the same attacks. God, I hate these things. Yeah. Let's put an end to those things already, shall we? I don't even know why I'm hitting at this point. I'll fluff that, I know. Didn't expect it to go down quite so easy.
Nice try.
Get out, you annoying bastard. Wasn't what I was expecting at all. I was expecting more of a wyvern.
Things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Sid! Oh goodness, you're safe. Eye of the Warrior. Increases strength tonic duration by 10 seconds. That sounds absolutely awful. Yeah, we'll fast travel in a second. There was an item down here I thought I might as well grab, because we're right next to it. And where would I be without that extra sharp fang in my back pocket?
If I don't come up with something soon.
Number 2,
Mid.
done and dusted.
Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
See what I mix of it. Might as well hand in my extra knowledge. I haven't done that in a while either. Sure, I've unlocked a fair bit by now. On in tomes. Give us some secrets.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Cheers, Obat. Well, we got to pick a date now with either Tarja or Jill.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Ah. So do I want to go on a date with Tarja, or do I want to go on a date with Jill?
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
I don't want a date with Tarja, but I'll take Jill. You know, just for the story.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
Yes, boss.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Tarja.
We can go on another date later. You hand in my knowledge while I'm here.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
See how many we get.
Now this...
Oh, is that all? I thought we'd have more than that.
Most interesting.
Holy Order of Shields. Craig, loose. Whatever that says on Drake's Eye.
You wish to study the tomes?
I do not wish to study the tomes. I was just handing my knowledge into you. Make for Northreach markets. So, no side quests.
No. Where's Jill?
Where is Jill? It's a good question.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spring. Keep them
Who is she?
buildings nice and chilled. I won't have...
Oh, there.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Alright, can I get some garlic, please, mate?
Ah, yes. Keep fighting the good fight.
Why would he have like a strength tonic, a defense tonic, and then just some random piece of garlic?
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that price?
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Potion, high potion, just some random Pepio nuts. An edible fruit of the Pepio plant is prized by chocobo breeders, though the superstition that it is led to stud. A stud bird, additionally stamina, seems largely founded on its blushing, swollen form and any quantifiable, whatever that, quantifiable results. There you go.
If that's what you want.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
What have you got?
Do you see anything you like?
No, I don't. Uses Raging Fist cooldown by 3.5 seconds. I think that's the one we're not using. And then we got a bunch of random crap, a bunch of music.
And a fine, fine day to you.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Have some garlic and some nuts. Here's my nuts, Jill.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Sure. Where are we going?
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Or having a lovely picnic.
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Tarja. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Still curious how we're gonna get Shiva's powers. Because well, judging by the way the rest of the story's gone, Jill's probably going to die, and that's how we get it, but...
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
We're going to discuss our romantic picnic by the lake.
Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Fantastic. Now give me Shiva's powers, please.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Should be the last of the running around done. Black blood. Thick oily substance. Can be traded for gil.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Oh. Saves us a run back.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Sounds like a pub.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell me I gotta run around to all of those, sit and do that again. Right. Seems like a sweet spot to end it since we finally built one of the engines. What's over there? Don't know. Yeah, it seems like a sweet spot to end it. So a massive thank you to those of you who are watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you join me in the next one for some more Final Fantasy XVI.